Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here for our 9 a.m. news and weather update. I know I may have said at 8 a.m. that I'll see you tomorrow, but here we are again. I'm riding this one solo today. Charlie is out and Jim stepped out a few minutes early today, but glad to be here, and I hope you're all having a wonderful morning so far. This morning felt really nice. The nice cool air continues to stay, and it looks like it's sticking around for a little bit. Jim did mention this morning that we will be seeing a bump in the humidity in the coming days, but nice to see that we'll still be pretty consistent throughout the week with these low to mid 80s as the highs. I know I'm really enjoying it. I know many of you I've seen out in public smiling, really happy to hear of this nice mid-September feel out there in the air. We do have a story that we reported on yesterday with yesterday's deadly shooting out in Minneapolis that claimed the lives of 2 children and injured several others. We did speak to some community members who are Catholic here in Greenville about the shooting and everything that has happened since then and all of the information that we've received. So we do have a story that Amarachi Uche did report on yesterday, and I'll have her take it from here.
There's no words. It's gut-wrenching.
Reactions from the Catholic community in Greenville are beginning to pour in after a deadly shooting at a Minneapolis Catholic school. Officials say an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old are dead, and multiple people are injured after a gunman, later identified as 23-year-old Robin Westman, approached the outside of Annunciation Catholic School during a mass worship service Wednesday and began firing a rifle through the church window.
I never worried about children being at school and being shot and killed.
In Greenville, students were leaving for the day at St. Peter Catholic School. Growing up, Duncan Lucard attended St. Peter and says he remembers having to do school lockdowns following the Sandy Hook shooting. As a kid, Duncan says he was scared they had to prepare for the worst scenario, one that happened in Minneapolis.
It's terrible. I mean, I don't know if there's any solution to this at all.
Duncan's mother, Kimberly Lucard, also sharing that same fear. As she says, when you send your kid to any school, you shouldn't have to think about whether they'll make it home.
You trust it, that they're going to be safe. I knew they had tornado drills. I knew we had hurricanes, just thinking that school shooting has become, I hate to say commonplace, it's disgusting.
Bishop Louise Zarama from the Diocese of Raleigh speaking on the shooting, saying in part, quote, "Our prayers are with all of those affected, and may God help us to always persevere in his love, especially when we are faced with senseless tragedies such as this," end quote.
Just such tragedy there, and our thoughts and prayers are with everyone at Annunciation out in Minneapolis as the investigation continues and the grieving continues as well. Unfortunately, we do not have a meteorologist here, but I am here. I've been talking to Jim about the weather all morning long, and though I don't have the credentials for it, I'm going to pop up our 8-day forecast just to give you all a rundown of what we're looking at for the next 8 days, and especially today. I know a lot of people out there heading down to Raleigh today for the ECU NC State game. I know it's a sold-out game. Many of you are going to be there, and things are looking really great weather-wise. I know in Raleigh we're looking at some nice calm temperatures out there. It's going to get a little bit cooler as the sun goes down and the lights come on for the game. But tailgating weather also is really awesome, both in Raleigh and here. If you want to host maybe a backyard tailgate, if you're not going to Raleigh and you're hanging out over here, things are looking really nice for tonight. And we're also talking Labor Day weekend. If you're looking at that forecast right there, things are looking pretty good. Jim did mention Saturday night would be that chance for rain, but nothing to be too concerned about. It would be Saturday night. And if you do catch one of those, you might see a rumble of thunder here or there, but overall, nothing super heavy or deep. So just keep that in mind, but otherwise everything's looking really good for your Labor Day weekend. Make those plans, enjoy it, especially if maybe you're going to the beach this weekend. Jim said that it's going to be really nice for the beaches, getting outside there, spending your, soaking up the last bits of summer, especially as school gets really busy. And yeah, everything's looking pretty nice for the next coming days. Like Jim mentioned this morning, we're seeing these consistent nice temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Things are gonna bump back up later next week, but let's just take advantage of what we have right now. Things are looking really nice. The humidity feels great out there, pretty low. The dry air has been really helping us out with that. So if you want to just take a look at that forecast, things are looking really great. We're going to have more details, more news and weather updates throughout the morning here on our WITN First Alert desk. Thanks for joining me here. If you want to stick around for our next update at 10 a.m., feel free. But hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
The WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.